Miami, the glittering jewel of Republican sunshine and swagger, has just elected its first female mayor ever. Great news. But critically, it's its first Democratic mayor in more than 28 years. And now Republican grandees are clutching their chests like they've just seen their bar bill at Mar-a-Lago. Because this wasn't just a blip. This was another breach of what I call the Trump Victory Vortex, that magical, mystical force that transforms any candidate he used to endorse into an electoral bulldozer. And it didn't stop in Florida. Georgia also handed the Dems another gift this week, a state house seat in a district Trump carried by 12 points in 2024. Now, if Republicans are telling you they're not worried, they are lying. And if Trump says he's not worried, well, he's being Trump. The president traveled to Pennsylvania this week to give what was billed as a big, bold, economically muscular speech about inflation. But instead of leaning into the issue that's quite literally draining voters' wallets, he declared that inflation wasn't a real problem anymore, and he dismissed the word affordability, that buzzword, as a Democratic hoax. Now here's the problem. You can't tell people drowning in bills that everything's rosy. Americans are feeling the cost of living. They see it in the prices of grocery. Maybe not their gas prices, but pretty much everything else. Republican lawmakers are now privately, and sometimes not so privately, begging Trump to stop downplaying this issue, to stop brushing this off. They say that he needs to show urgency, that this administration is tackling that affordability, that cost of living crisis. And they are right, because voters aren't insane. They just want someone to know who lives in Washington. Someone in Washington knows they are on the same planet as them. Trump, meanwhile, he's grading the economy A++++. This week he insisted that prices are coming down. But the polls are showing Americans thinking the exact opposite. Yes, he has a point on gas prices, but that's about it. Now look, I don't get it. I get it. Presidents don't do their own shopping. Trump isn't shopping at Walmart on a Thursday night to pick up groceries. He's not seeing those bills go up. The political danger is this. When you're in the White House showing off a brand new ballroom while regular Americans are struggling to pay their bills, the optics ain't great. And poll after poll, Politico, CBS, Fox News, you name it, they all show a brutal reality. Americans are feeling battered by grocery bills, healthcare bills, energy bills. And twice as many now say Trump, not Biden, is responsible for the current economy. That needs to be a red flag. Republicans spent years branding Sleepy Joe, writing him off, but somehow Trump could be sleepwalking into an electoral disaster. Instead of launching a massive, aggressive, relentlessly disciplined affordability push, parts of the Trump orbit seem more excited about foreign affairs and photo ops. His advisors insist they're getting him back on the stump to talk about the economy. They call that a victory. But this was not a victory this week. Talking about the economy is the president's job. The president says midterm losses are normal. Well, maybe they are. But losing Miami, losing districts Trump won by double digits, losing voters on the one issue that Republicans historically dominate, the economy, that's not normal and that's not good. That's a neon giant warning sign bolted to the side of that White House ballroom. So here's the truth. And I say this as someone who believes Donald Trump remains undeniably the gravitational center of his party. If President Trump wants to stop this slide, if he wants the Republicans to win in 2026, to keep the House, to see off all of those inquiries and impeachment threats he could face if he loses the House, he needs to stop dismissing affordability and start to own it. Let's hear the president say, I hear you, I see your bills, I know what you're going through, and I'm gonna fix it. No more A++, no more hoaxes. If President Trump doesn't grab this issue with both hands, urgently, the GOP is going to wake up one morning in 2026, after the midterms, and wondering why Miami was the first domino and not the last.